What is going on, fellow fans of Clash of Clans? It is your host, Galadon. I am back, and I'm bad, or worse, or better. Anyway, I was out of town for a couple of days. Those of you that don't follow me on Instagram or Twitter missed out on the pictures, but I was out, yes, in the mountains with Galawife and Carl, our beagle, and we're back. And I feel recharged, I feel better, I feel refreshed. I gotta tell you a little bit about that in a couple of minutes. But let's go ahead and talk about what's happening in the episode today. Now, we've got a bunch of comments to cover, and of course, the Revenge to Legend series. So this is Galadon trying to revenge and defend his way to 5,000 trophies. We'll see if it's possible. It's starting to look like we're making some pretty good progress. But also, I wanted to tell you guys a little bit about the trip and a little bit about, well, just answering comments. And as many as I can today, starting out with this comment that talked about not mentioning the Barbarian King's new skin. And yes, I'm sorry, I did not get a chance to cover it. It is directly related to me being out of town. I was out of town right as that was being released, and I had to make a choice. Choice number one was to bring the laptop with me, go up to the mountains with the fam, and break it out, make a video, and cover the Barbarian King's party skin in depth and detail. And choice number two was to remain married. So, obviously, you see who won. No offense, you guys. Love you all, but you know what? Priorities, we all need to have them. Okay, so the Barbarian King's party skin, what do I think about it? You know, I don't know. I was kind of on the fence about the party warden, the party king. You know, yeah, he does look a little bit like Slash. I'm going to go ahead and say yes. You know, with his animation and the sound that he makes and things like that, I approve. I like it. And it would be nice, of course, if we could finish the entire set, have a party queen, have a party royal champion, and then a party village background. But at the rate we're going, it looks like that'll be like the 10th anniversary before that happens. But who knows? Imagine that. As of the 10th anniversary of Clash of Clans, and yes, this game will still be going 10 years after its release, we will have a complete set of party skins and a village background for everybody. Okay, now of course that kind comment did mention something else, and that was using code Galadon. There were actually a bunch of comments like this, and I have to say thank you guys so much, especially Dark Potter, and thank you guys because today, of course, is the ideal day to make sure that you have code Galadon active under settings, more settings, scrolling all the way to the bottom and entering my name right there. Because, of course, we've got packages, we've got a gold pass, and this is the biggest day of the month that I use to fund my giveaways. The massive amount, oh, I can't even begin to tell you how much stuff I'm giving away this month. Thank you guys so much for using code Galadon. I get a small portion of it. It doesn't cost you anything. And like I said, I love to give back. I'm going to give back to more this month than ever before, and that is a personal promise. Okay, so let's move on to some more of these comments and talk a little bit more about, there's been so many videos that I've put out recently about the rushing and about the number of builders, and I noticed that some people were talking about having less than 5 builders, and I have to say, I was a little surprised by that, but at the same time, I don't think that it's that common. I think that most players realize the most important structure you can have in the entire game is your builder hut. Having all 5 of them is critical, and no, I don't think that I could make a series where I have less than 5 builders. I don't think that that is different enough than what you're already watching. And of course, the fact that there's only so many hours in the day. And that leads me to the next question. And I see this one pretty frequently. Players asking if I would try a low-level town hall pushing series where you try to get as high as you can in trophies. And I'll tell you, I'm not going to do this for a couple of reasons. The first one is it's extremely time consuming. The second one is it's not that easy. I mean, you've got to be good. And, you know, players bash the lower level town hall pushers, but it does take skill. It takes a very set skill on a certain strategy that you have to develop over time. And while it is fun sometimes to cover those guys and their accomplishments and their achievements, it's definitely not something that I plan on doing myself. But in a future episode, maybe we'll have a Town Hall 4 legend. You never know. Now, also getting on to the giveaways again and how to get them. Lots of players in the comments asking, and I will tell you this, that there are certain rules on YouTube against certain types of giveaways. You can't incentivize commenting or liking or subscribing by giving stuff away. So it's just easier for me to say, hey, come by a live stream on Facebook Gaming. There is the URL. Follow me on Twitter, and you're definitely going to have a really good chance of winning some amazing stuff, especially in August. And especially if you're using code Galadon every 7 days or before you buy anything in the game, right? Okay, now moving on. Yes, we are going to do more episodes like this. I do enjoy this. It's the next best thing to streaming because I can answer your questions, but you guys got to do your part and leave interesting and good and strange questions and comments down in the comment section, and I will get to them in a future episode. We will try to do them during this series because, well, let's just be honest, it's not the most exciting content to watch me hit a base with Hybrid 84 gazillion times. Okay, now this was a good question from Blue Sky High. Do I like doing Let's Plays more than update and gemming videos? And I have to say that update videos still get me the most excited by far. There's no question. I love making the update videos. I love covering the new content, playing on the dev build, being excited knowing that I'm going to be bringing you this brand new content that so many players are going to be excited to see. Now, when it comes to gemming versus free to play, I always thought that I would be a gemming guy, and that was my thing. But I'll admit that the free to play series, No Cash Clash, has been amazing. I have enjoyed it way more than I ever thought I would, and I owe you guys, because you guys are the ones that helped me get it started and have had so much support for it. So thank you, and yes, it is definitely my favorite account right now. Now, this was Clash with Sam said, if Supercell were to add a new building, what is your idea? And I thought, I don't know. I've never really thought of anything that could help the quality of life of every single Clash of Clans player in the world. I don't know. Maybe we'll put a pin in that and come back to it later. Now, I do get questions about other games. This one said, if you read this, can you please think about playing other games like Clash Royale? And the funny thing is, I actually do play Clash Royale. Like this guy said, I play it off camera. So occasionally I'll play Clash Royale, but the channel is really centered around Clash of Clans. And until something better comes along, maybe from Supercell, or until Clash of Clans dies down, and it doesn't show any signs of that yet either, or my love for the game dies down, which certainly hasn't happened, I will still be making daily Clash of Clans videos, although, you know what, it's always open to changes in the future, but Clash is always going to be first. Now, this was an important question from Jedi Master about ice cream. It's funny, when I was a kid, I loved Rocky Road. Now, as an adult, I really don't have any single flavor of ice cream that I like more than others. I'll eat any ice cream, although I don't have ice cream very often. Now that I answer that question, I'm kind of thinking that maybe we need to make a store run for some ice cream. Okay, how about this? Hey, Galadon, why is there nothing in next season except the Party King? I mean, it's their anniversary, right? So they must do something special. Yeah, I think so. Now, this next series of questions and comments had to do with the whole zap/lightning spell controversy. And I just have to tell you guys, first of all, Clash Bashing, he is the next on my hit list. I gently ask that all of you go to Clash Bashing's videos and streams and remind him that the zap spell is in Clash Royale. Clash Royale, not Clash of Clans. There is no zap spell. You can nickname the attacks with zap, but the name of the spell is lightning, and I am dead serious about this. Or not really. Okay, now these next comments fall into the thanks I think category. This one, you're the most unboomerish boomer. I'm Generation X, thank you very much. Lam Lam says, always listen to what Galadon says because he's been around the block a million of times. Thank you. Last but not least, Rhythm says Galadon speaks a lot of rubbish, though it's his rubbish speaking that may be his fan. Okay. All right. So, hey, this is the end of my 3-star streak in the Revenge to Legend League series. If you notice right here, we did fail. This was the first non-3-star revenge in the entire series. Feels bad, man, but we're not done. Okay. Now, just because we didn't triple doesn't mean we're not gaining trophies on a daily basis. We most certainly are, and we're hunting for those revenges. From 4,249 to 4,296 trophies this episode. Please do leave those comments down below. Let's keep this series going as kind of a Q&A/revenge episode series. And whatever you guys have to say, I will try to read it, comments on it, like it, reply to it, or put it in a future video. Because I will never forget that it is you, the viewers, the Galafam, that have built this channel. If it were not for you, I would not be here doing this, so I owe you a huge debt of gratitude. So thank you, fellow fans of Clash of Clans, for sticking around all the way to the end of the episode. Now stay inside, wash your hands, be kind to other people, animals of blood. If you go outside, wear a mask, and I'll see you back here again tomorrow for Full Tax.
ask you, can I start now?
Sure, Peter, go ahead.
Right.